Hi, today we are going to be making a 3D, you can see part of the 3D, heart wreath for Valentine's Day. You can put it on your door or hang it up in your room. Okay, let's get started with what we need to do this. First, you'll have a printout of different heart shapes. A paper plate, pencil, scissors. If you have cardboard around, you could use cardboard. I'm using a cardboard from an old shoebox that I'm going to use. You could either use glue stick, hot glue gun, or regular glue. I'm going to use glue sticks. It's easier to work with. I actually have a small piece scrap that I had found of ribbon. And then I chose different pieces of cardstock that I wanted to use. As you can tell, I already used some of them to cut up. That I kind of liked. So, you know, I just picked some, like, I think 3 or 4 of the pinks and like 3 different types of grays. If you want to do red and blacks, you can do those. Those are always kind of popular. Lavender and pink. Just as long as they're Valentine colors, you can use them. Put these down here. And to make the 3D part, I'm actually going to be using Light Lock. It is like a Fun Tak, like putty. I have some here already. It's just like a putty. And you can use that. It's non-toxic. So, and it's removable if you wanted to. Now, if you don't have anything like this around, I have had people use cotton balls to make the puffiness, to make the 3D, and they just glue on each end of it. So you could do that. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I would do is cut out your heart, whichever heart you want to use. Now, I'm going to not use the big one, so I'm going to just cross that one. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use the 4-inch. I think I'll use the 3-inch and the 2.5-inch. So all of these I'm just crossing out. You do not have to use every single size. I'm only using 3 of the sizes for this project. So I'm going to cut out that one, and that one. I think if you cut out all of the hearts, it's going to be a really busy, too much to use all of the size of the hearts. I think these will work just fine. Okay, one more. Do you know why I pretty much never show my face? Is because when I'm concentrating, I have a habit of sticking my tongue out. So, if you see me sticking my tongue out, I'm so sorry. Okay, so you have your 3 different shapes of hearts cut out. Let's put that aside. Now, I'm going to show you both ways if you wanted to use the paper plate, or if you have some cardboard, thin cardboard, you can use that. You put the plate on here, first of all, and let's trace the outside. Oops. Okay, like that. If you're using the paper plate, fold the plate in half. And see, let me just mark it so you can see it. See where the inside of the plate is? That's what we're going to cut out, okay? So if you're using a paper plate, this is all you need. And then you're going to glue your hearts to the outside. I'm actually using this, the cardboard. So I'm going to put this back down. And then I'm going to use my pencil and trace the inside. So now I have 2 circles. So with my scissors, I'm going to cut the outside. Throw some more. I always used to have I usually have a garbage can sitting next to me. I forgot to bring it over here, so I could throw my scraps in it. Okay, so you're going to have that. Now to do the center, just be careful. I just kind of poked a hole in the center and twisted it around so I'd have like a hoe. That way I could take the scissors and cut to the outside line, just like that. And I'm going to do it like a pie. We all know the shapes of pies, so. Or pinwheel. So see how I have it all cut out? Like that? It's going to make it easier for me to cut. And then you're just going to cut around that circle. Halfway there. Okay. It's not a perfect circle, but it'll work. Okay, so we have that done. Now it's time to make our hearts. I'm actually just going to use some of my scrap papers that I've used. Just a little hint. I always trace on the back side. So my cutting isn't the best in the world. So this way, if I mess up on the cutting part, you won't see it on the front part of the heart. Just like that. I'm going to do 2. And it's going to depend on how you lay them out to how many you'll need. But you have your templates, so you can always go back and do more if you need to. Okay, grab my scissors. I have 3 of these. So, on the, now we need to get some more. I have a pink color. I did about, I think 3 or 4 different colors of pink and like 3 different colors of the grays, just to break up the pinks. Now remember, I always trace on the back side. And I'm going to do 2 of these. Okay. See. Let's do a couple in this kind. This one. I think like 2 of each. It depends on how many different styles and pinks you're going to use. I think only 2 each is going to be enough for me. Don't throw your scraps away, because remember, you have 2 more different sizes to cut out, and they could fit on some of these. Okay. So we have this size done now. Let's move on to my 3-inch. This is the medium size. Remember, I'm going to just keep using my scrap pieces until I can't use them anymore. Yesterday when I was making the other one, I had some pieces left over. So I'm not actually going to make that many more pieces. Just a few more. Okay. I'm going to keep that piece. Get some regular pinks here. Okay, we need some more gray. I think that's all I'll need to make of the 3-inch. So now we're going to go with the 2.5-inch. This really cute, like silver one. I really like it. Let's see. Oh, here's my scrap paper. I'll use my scrap one. I like to use the scrap one first. And this one's glittery, so I have glitter everywhere. Okay. I'm going to do a couple of these. And then I think I'll be done. We'll be done with cutting our circles out, or our hearts. Okay, now, while we're cutting these all out, oops, there we go. This is like the longest part, is cutting out your hearts. It's really a fun and cute project. And guys, there's nothing in the books that says that your heart wreath can't be your favorite color. You can make blue, silver, white. If you're a Cubs fan, why not make it with Cubs colors? I don't see a reason why it can't be done in Cub colors. If you wanted to do red, blue, and white, or the Bears, orange, blue, you could still do your hearts any color you want. So when you're thinking about picking out your colors, and you do not have to use cardstock, you can also do this with construction paper, okay? Okay, so let's move on to the next size, which are our 3-inch. Okay. You want to try to keep your heart sizes separate, so you'll remember which one you have to do. Because they're going to go on by layer, by size. Like your largest size first, and then that would be our 4-inch, and then our 3-inch, and then our 2.5-inch. So we kind of want to make sure we keep them pretty straight and in a pile and not get them mixed up, because when you go to put them on, your 3D effect would be a different effect. just a couple more pieces to go, and then we'll be finished. Then we can start gluing them on. Okay. Oops. Okay, as you see, I have like my 4-inch, my 3-inch, and my 2.5-inch. So I'm going to keep them all right here because we're going to put them on by putting the 4-inch on first. Okay? So let's start there. I'm using the glue sticks. I just think they're easier. So I'm just going to put some glue here on the front part, and then stick them right here. And I'm going to stick that right there. So how we start it is just like that. And then we're just going to keep putting hearts all the way around it. You can lay the hearts however you want to on your wreath, okay? Whoops, I think my glue stick is almost done. Now, I'm not turning mine around. I'm going to keep it facing this way. There we go. I have another one. I always keep an extra supply. Okay. Okay, now if you notice, at the bottom you're going to see a couple, like you could still see some of the cardboard, but when I put my 3Ds on, you're not, when I put my next layer on, you're not going to see it, okay? I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm going to use this as my center. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the ribbon on. And I'm gluing it on. on my back. So it can be drying while I work on the 3-inch. Okay, I am not going to be using the glue stick anymore. So I'm going to put them away. We are going to use like the 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 Fun Tak. And we're just going to pull it and stretch it so it's warm and tacky. Almost like silly putty. So then I'm going to take my heart and put this on it, on the back of it, like that. And then I'm going to stick just like that. See how it kind of makes that 3D effect? That's how we're going to achieve our 3D effect. Okay? And then we're just going to place them in all kinds of different ways. You can go sideways. Heck, if you wanted to put it upside down, you could even go upside down. Let's see, this one has that, remember the cardboard that was showing? So I'm going to stick it here to hide the cardboard. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to put a plain gray tacky up here. It will stick to your fingers. There we go. Now remember we had that other piece of cardboard right here? I want to cover it too. Just like that. I think that I'll put one more right here. Like a plain, we'll do a plain pink heart. Okay, so then I have this done. So now I'm going to do my 2.5 inch hearts. Okay. Now remember, you can put them and lay them out however you want to. There is no rules. Wherever you think that it looks the best. And it does, there isn't a rule of how many you need to put on either. I just kind of look to see how many, what I would like to see and stuff like that. That's all that I'm doing. It's just checking. I need to maybe pick out a... Maybe I'll put that one right there. Okay, I think it's done. And there you have it. I think it's really neat to have it 3D. Hope you enjoy your wreath. Bye.